message here. I guess a lot's happened since I last transmitted. I did film a few different dailies. But in frustration, I did not post them. The sun is currently about 17 degrees of Aries. The moon has got to now be in the, I've overlooked the moon, but somewhere around 20 degrees of Libra. Obviously, we just had the full moon, which in Arizona pretty much is around the 9:30-ish range of precision. 16 degrees axis, cardinal signs of Aries and Libra. So thus, illuminating the self and the other axis. Perhaps endings in partnerships, and that's probably going to be a theme of the next year and a half-ish, if not 2 years-ish. That doesn't necessarily have to be romance partners, but relationships that are personal. There's going to be obviously we're getting a bit of a heavy activation of go for your Mars energy. We had the new moon in Aries, 0 degrees. And now we're 2 weeks away from the new moon in Aries, 29 degrees. Solar eclipse. So self. Obviously for Libras, it's kind of a paradoxical situation of, well, they're already ruled by partnerships, but Aries rules their partnerships. But obviously an overall self theme going on. Definitely seeing the gym pick up in membership. Which is good. I mean, people need healthy ways to the only word that's coming to mind is exchange their energy or release that energy. And since we're probably going to all be angrier, maybe these nodes, beginning of new cycles, obviously is Aries as well. And as there's this cleanup of Pisces energy, I don't know if you can call it cleanup, but this still tail end of a heavy amount of Pisces energy, Saturn and Neptune. The nodes will be shifting. Ironically, the nodes are going to help usher in Neptune, Saturn into Aries. But then right after that, the nodal switch will shift into Virgo, Pisces. We are reaching Mercury shadow today. which ironically, so 4 degrees, Mercury in Taurus, which but happens to be conjunct the North Node, 4 degrees Taurus. So kind of holding the square space to Pluto. Obviously about a 3-degree orb in between that spot. For me, that situation has brought a disruption in my vehicle. I got stuck the other day, basically in flat ground, but melting ice. And then it seemed to be a connection issue, but it was hard to tell if it was my fucking alternator or my battery. So ultimately I just spent money I didn't have on a new alternator and belt. Not a bad purchase, I guess, because I have put close to 100,000 miles on this truck since I've gotten it. So alternator was probably due to go soon anyways. But it was a conundrum of I can't disconnect my battery because my stupid blowy device. Get them on the phone and say you're gonna have like 60 seconds to make the battery switch. Okay. So after I changed the alternator and find out they say the alternator was good, I decided to keep it anyways. And then I need to go across the street to the other auto parts store because that's where I bought the battery from. Battery's still under warranty, but I needed to get my truck over to the other parking lot. Couldn't do that, so I said, fuck it. I'll just take the battery out and suffer the consequences. That was going to be about $75 in a mistake. Turns out the battery's fine. And when I put the battery back in, it didn't affect my blowy device, which I was told it would. So I guess a good lesson in the foundations being constantly disrupted. Woo. Close one. So I don't know, perhaps I've recently told my buddy Pat that I felt like perhaps I was born for these times. And those times being changing Aquarian times. And for those who have tuned into me for over the years, obviously I'm pretty honest, give my story straight, give it how I see it. But also bring my life experience in correlation to the way I know the language of astrology. But so there's going to be this next 20 years is Going to be a lot of surprises, pivots, adjustments. How can you maintain on the fly? Perhaps my life's passion of employment, teaching skiing and snowboarding, is a good example of that. Definitely a winter sport, but each moment is a new moment, and they can come fast. So what was true a moment ago is now not true. Is now not true. Is now not true. Is now not true. So enjoying the ride. Yes, listen, let me check the time. Alright. Fucking mom has been a toxic fucking bitch. That was part of the... So when the moon was in Cancer, on Mars, on my moon, you know, those who have tuned into me over time, I'm back to please get my mom out of my life. Please. Honestly, I don't care which way that is. She's just a toxic person for me. The unfortunate part is she almost refuses to own and take care of herself. The shitty part is we're all going to need people. And it's not built in me to say, bye bitch, bye Felicia. Like I have to accept this toxic person as my responsibility to take care of. She's just prolific and mean and unrealistic. She definitely holds me back. Ultimately, I feel like she holds me back from having a romantic partnership I deserve. Alright. Mercury shadow. So pay attention to what this next week brings. So I believe we have a week of shadow, which is the build-up of the space that Mercury will cover. So Mercury will come all the way back to 4 degrees. Obviously the conjunction with the North Node deals with what are you planting for the future. And perhaps look to 18 years from now. What are you moving towards that is of quality? What are you moving towards? What can you alchemize for the things you're going to need in the future? Physical items, house, car, clothes, food, bare necessities.